Okay, thanks for today's coming. Here is the MLiS, the IoT, the Q1, the webinar. The topic is the how to config the MLB, the G4203 with the MQTT servers. Today's topic is we will introduce the LTE, the router in the solar energy management system. The second one is the demo architecture. The third is how to configure the LTE routers. First of all, here is the successful story in the solar energy management system. Users are using the LTE router to collect the data on site in the solar energy management system from the edge to the MQTT the server. In here, you can see they are separated into the three parts. The first one is the parts in the inside. There are some the sensors, power meters, and some relay here. And we are using the switches and the media converter to collect and list the data to the LTE router. And here is the protection relay. They are using to protect some equipment in the solar energy management. And we also collect the situation of the list the equipment or control while the connectivity to the LTE routers. In here, how we can collect at least the data to the MQTT server. We are using the LTE, the connectivity with the MQTT to the server. Here is very the typical architecture in our successful story. Next, here is our today's demonstration. We are using our LTE router MLB-G4203-2 the series over here. The serial ports is connected to the simulator, the Modbus select to simulate the Modbus select. And of course, we are using the laptop to configure LTE router by web console. And then we are using the LTE connectivity to send the MQTT package to our server. We have to establish the MQTT server in this computer. Today we are using the Mosquito. This is the private MQTT server. We are using it to simulate the MQTT server. Here is today's our demo architecture. Now we are going to share with you how we will list the device. This one is our LTE router and MLB-G4203-2. Here you can see it's the input, power input. The power input is the 9 to 30 the VDC. And for the SIM card, we already put the SIM card inside here. after complete the SIM card configuration, the SIM card will be enabled to connect to the operator. And then for this model supports the Wi-Fi and the LTE both. Today, we just connect LTE the antenna here. 2 antenna for the LTE the connectivity. And for this model, it supports 2 Ethernet ports. And today, we are using the Ethernet to connect to the switches. And use the switch, and these switches can connect to the internet. And another cable is connected to the laptop for the demonstration. And here is the serial ports. For our serial ports, it can support the RS-232, 422, and the 485 together. And of course, for this model, it supports Wi-Fi and the LTE together. And of course, you can choose the Wi-Fi model only. And then we also have the model support 4 Ethernet ports. But today, we are going to use the Modbus RTU for demonstration. So we choose the serial ports model. Now, we are using the USB cable to connect to the laptop. Let's go back to our website. Today we use this laptop. We use this laptop to configure our router. Now, I use Ethernet to log in our router. Now you have to key in the password, username, and the password. If this router set as the default setting, you have to change the username and the password when you the first log in. Now we log in the router. You can see there are many the configuration page over there. The first one we see is the system page. You can get some information in here, the firmware version, the MAC address, IP address, and the gateway address. And of course, you also can set the private IP setting over here. You can use the DHCP or static IP. Today, we are using the default setting. The next one is the Ethernet IP over here. And LAN. Sorry, you can configure it here. You can configure the Ethernet setting here. And you can see for the Ethernet, one port is connected. And then the serial ports. Today, we are using the RS-232 And the baud rate is the 9600, and the parity and the data bit, start bit, you can configure in here for control. And for the operation mode, we support the TCP server, TCP client, UDP, and Modbus RTU. For the serial side today, we are using the Modbus RTU, so we change to the Modbus RTU, and the interval is the 1000 micros a second. After the complete change, you have to click the submit and click OK. And you also can check the status of the cellular in here in cellular page. In here you can see we already put the SIM card here, is working properly and is connected. The fixed IP we get is this IP address. And of course, you can change the Wi-Fi here. We support the AP and the client together. And you can change the security or router. And of course, for the MQTT, for the cloud side, we also support Microsoft Azure, Amazon, AWS. And for the private MQTT, the server, you can change the list configuration in here. We have the build up the MQTT server here. We are using the Mosquito for the MQTT server, and here is our IoT server, the IP address and the ports, MQTT ports, and the MQTT server, the username and the password, and the client ID, and MQTT, the topics here. Today we are using the test, and each 1 minute we will publish the message to the MQTT the server. Sometimes if the MQTT server needs the CA, you can import in here. But today we don't use the CA, the certificate here. And after complete this setting, you just also click submit here. And after it, we already complete how to config for the MQTT server side. And now we also need to config Modbus RTU side. In here, there are some the Modbus tag. Today we are using the Modbus simulator for the Modbus Select. In here you can see we open the comport 5 and baud rate is 9600, and parity start bit here. We already opened it, and here you can send some the Modbus tag into the RTU Modbus RTU router here. Here, we already keep in the template, and we are using the serial compo 1. We have another model. It supported 2 serial ports, and the select ID is 1, and the PLC address is also 1. Here you have to take a note here. If the PLC, the address is 400 the 12, you just need to key in the 12, and the function code is the 03, and the package and the data type is the United Integer the 60, and you submit. Our router will add the list data into here. So here, I would like to verify it's working now. So here I change to the 20. I can change refresh. You can see the value is changed to the 20. 25. Refresh here. Then the value is changed to the 25. So that we can prove now the Modbus RTU side is working. And sometimes if you would like to verify if the LTE, the connectivity is working, you can change here. You can use the ping function here. Now you key in the destination and click the pin, and then you can use the router to ping the destination, the target destination, to verify if the LTE, the connectivity is working or not. And of course, you can trace the router, and you can check the network status over there. Here you can see we receive some data and transmit some data here. By this, you can do the sound diagnostic over there. Okay. And then after the configuration, remember to save the list configuration into the flash. You have to save to the flash. Click this button, and better to reboot it to make sure that all of the configuration are written into the flash. Okay. And then we go back to the private. Here you can see we already connect to our MQTT, the server, by the LTE, the connectivity. And here you can see the MQTT, the server is received the publish the message from the LTE, the router. What each minute it will get the MQTT to publish the data, and of course the RTU, the data is combined into here, so you can see the total length for the for the MQTT, the data is the 343 here. So once the Modbus RTU, the data is changed, the MQTT server also can get from it. Okay. Here is the today's demonstration for the how to configure the LTE router to the MQT to the MQTT the server. So any the question? If no, for today's the video, it will be published to the YouTube the channels, and here next time we will demo the how to send the SMS via the AT command by the MLB the -G the 3003 the SMS and modem. And here is MLiS the portal for the official the website, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and the WeChat. Please subscribe them. And of course, if any question, please contact us by the mail. Thanks for today's coming, and see you next time.